Thank you for being here as my interviewee. I'm going to interview you about Mahatma Gandhi. So my first question: what is your perspective of Gandhi and his teachings?
Gandhi, when well, I was very young during the independence movement itself. I remember coming home one day from after playing. I found that my parents were really upset, and they were listening to the radio, and they were talking about the passing of Gandhi, that he was assassinated that day, and being very sad for about 10 days. I remember my dad starting a picture, drawing a charcoal drawing of Gandhi on the first day and finishing it at the end of the 10 days completely, in which we still have. So Gandhi was somebody we respected very greatly, at least my family did, and I knew of that. But I myself didn't know Gandhi. I wasn't there that much about Gandhi. But I want to tell you something a little bit more than what Tata said about the Quit India movement. The British came to the Indian people and asked their support during the war to send people to the war. And they had said that if they sent the people to the war, they would consider independence for India. But when the war was over in 1945, they did not want to talk about it. So that was one of the main reasons when Gandhi used the word quit India.
Okay, so thank you for answering my first question. My second question is, did you learn about him in school?
We weren't really taught about Gandhi in school, and when I was youngest ages, because let's face it, Gandhi was a troublemaker to the British. So, but then afterwards we had a lot of we were taught quite a bit after the independence. Unfortunately, within 1 year after independence, he had also died. So we did hear about his movement and his principles afterwards.
Okay, so thank you for answering my second question. Now on to my third. So, do you think Gandhi's teachings are relevant or valuable in today's times?
I just want to add one more thing to the last question.
Go ahead.
That is that more than learning in schools, we had a lot of connections in the community, within the family. There was always talk about that, and participating in his movement. A lot of family members, one of my grandfathers gave all of his money that he had accumulated to the movement, and also my grandmother, who even till the day she died would not use anything other than homespun cotton, because British were taking the cotton from India and spinning and weaving it in England and sending it back as fabric and selling it to the Indians. And they said, we can do our own cloth. We don't need to send it to England to get it done into cloth. So that kind of things, a lot of those things were there. And most of the people had a spinning wheel in their home. And I remember we had one of those portable ones in which people always spun their own yarn and had it woven for clothing.
Okay, so on to the third.
Third question, yes, it's very relevant, because we have seen those principles being used in South Africa and to gain independence in South Africa for the blacks. It was used in the US for the movement by Martin Luther King. And also it is not any different than when during the Revolutionary Wars, the colonials were fighting against the British for for taxation. And they did go to war, but they also did the nonviolent movement by throwing the tea from the boats in Boston when they thought tea should not be taxed for them.
Okay.
So yes, it is being used all the time. It is very relevant way of fighting.
Okay, so thank you for being my interviewee, and your information will help my project.
Thank you.